All right, next we're going to go ahead and attach the lifeline to the harness. And so Tyler is actually able to do this by himself by just putting his hands behind his back and using the under method. There's also an over method too. Some folks can actually grab the D-ring on the back of the harness and do it from the top. And then other folks may need an extra person to help go ahead and make that attachment. And of course, when we are attaching folks on the roof, the first person that attaches the anchor will be attaching a number of anchors for the number of folks who will be coming up on the roof. And that same person will be connecting the lifelines and then going ahead and connecting folks' harnesses to the lifelines before they even get off the ladder onto the roof. And that's a very important point for safety. The next step is going to be our knots. When we're using a rope system, the first knot that we need to tie is called the dead end knot. And it goes at the very end of the rope so that the locking mechanism on the rope can never slide completely off. And that's the locking mechanism right there. Okay? And so there's our dead end knot all complete. Very good. The next knot that we're going to make is called the limiting knot. This is a very important knot because we don't, on a rope system, we don't want to end up in a situation where we get to the edge of the roof and there's no knot there to keep us from going over the end. So Tyler's going to demonstrate how to tie this particular limiting knot. We like it so that really it keeps you from getting too close to the edge of the roof, keeps you at least a foot away from the edge of the roof. And that's about a good place that he's at right there. All right, then making the knot, you want to grab a good portion of rope like that so it's easy to just curl it around into the shape of a knot. And then simply pull it tight. And that is making the knot. And then you're going to go ahead and slip your locking mechanism. Some people call it a carabiner, but it's really a locking mechanism right there to where it will not move forward anymore. And you'll notice that Tyler can't end up walking off the edge of the roof. And that's a really important step on a rope system to keep everybody safe who is working on the roof.